Princeton, New Jersey. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Paul. I just wanted to ask you, what would you do about Soviet expansionism around the world, being that you're mentioning that we should cut back on the spending of our money in defense, giving some $40 billion to defend Japan and the money that we spend in Europe and around the world. How would you prevent the U.S. from becoming isolationist and preventing the Soviets from trying to expand their influence around the world?
Okay, you do three things. The number one thing you do is you quit financing them. There's no reason for us to be sending good discounted loans and extend credit to the Soviet Union and the Soviet bloc nation. We're getting ready to send even more. We signed this IMF treaty. We're trusting the Soviets with the number of missiles we have, and now we're planning to even expand our loans to the Soviet Union. The next thing we ought to do is straighten up the State Department. We ought to shrink the State Department and certainly get rid of all the people in the State Department who are left-leaning and supportive of left-wing regimes. The most important thing we do is we change our policy. It is our policy that creates the fertile field for communism to grow. Out of our good intentions, we as a nation under Republican and Democratic administration have been sending billions of dollars to a guy like Marcos in the Philippines. What did Marcos do? He stole the money, ripped off the people. We put on tariffs on their sugar. The people became impoverished, and what happened? The communist movement became strong. We used to support Somoza. The Sandinistas got strong and they took over. We used to support Batista. The communist movement got strong and they took over Cuba. So what I am arguing is that our very policy that is intended to be tough against communism is literally the problem, because we can see many examples, such as in Nigeria, when we stayed out, they became more pro-American and more anti-communist. So in a practical argument, the policy doesn't work. Besides, we're broke and we can't afford it anyway. It would be much better that we spend our money on our national defense rather than bankrupting ourselves by supplying wealth and funds for the defense of Japan. They can pay their own way.